Imagine waking up tomorrow and your job, the job you have done for 20 years, no longer exists. Not because you did something wrong, not because the economy crashed, but because a machine learned to do it better than you, cheaper than you, and it never gets tired. Right now, as you watch this video, Tesla semi-trucks are already on highways across America. No driver, no brakes, no paycheck going to a human being, and the companies using them are reporting cost savings of up to 40% per mile. There are 3.5 million truck drivers in the United States alone, and by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what is coming for every single one of them, and why most people have no idea how fast it is already happening. Stay with me, because in 2 minutes, I am going to show you a number that will genuinely shock you. To understand what Tesla is doing, you need to understand what long-haul trucking actually is. It is not just driving, it is the backbone of the entire American economy. Every product in every store, every piece of food, every appliance, every package delivered to your door moved on a truck at some point. Trucking is a $900 billion industry in the United States. It is not a side job, it is the circulatory system of modern civilization, and the people who do it have built their entire lives around it. The average long-haul truck driver earns between $65,000 and $85,000 per year. Many of them are the sole income for their families. They own homes based on that income. They plan retirements based on that income. Trucking is not just a job. For millions of families, it is everything. Tesla looked at this $900 billion industry and saw an opportunity. In 2017, Elon Musk unveiled the Tesla Semi, a fully electric, highly automated truck designed specifically for long-haul routes. At the time, most people laughed. Electric trucks for long distances seemed impossible. The charging infrastructure did not exist. The range was not there. It was written off as another Elon Musk fantasy. They were wrong. Before we go further, do you personally know anyone who works as a truck driver? Tell me in the comments. Here is the part of this story that nobody is talking about loudly enough. The threat to truck drivers is not coming in 10 years. It is not coming in 5 years. It is already here. And it is moving faster than any government, any union, or any retraining program is prepared to handle. Tesla Semi is already in commercial operation. PepsiCo was the launch customer. They received their first Tesla Semis in December 2022 and immediately began using them on real delivery routes. They reported that the trucks were performing beyond expectations. Since then, companies like Walmart, Amazon, UPS, and dozens of major logistics firms have placed orders. Now, here's the number I promised you. A human truck driver costs a company approximately $180,000 per year when you include salary, benefits, insurance, and mandatory rest time compliance. A Tesla Semi operating autonomously costs an estimated $80,000 per year, including energy, maintenance, and software fees. That is a saving of $100,000 per truck per year. If you are a logistics company with a fleet of 1,000 trucks, that is $100 million saved every single year by removing human drivers. No company in the world walks away from $100 million in annual savings. This is not a question of if, it is only a question of when, and what happens to the drivers. That answer is coming. But first you need to know what just changed in 2026 that made all of this move 3 times faster than expected. In early 2026, Tesla made 2 announcements that changed everything. First, Tesla confirmed that the next generation Tesla Semi will have a range of over 700 miles on a single charge, effectively eliminating the last major technical argument against long-haul autonomous trucking. Most long-haul routes in the US are under 500 miles. Range is no longer a limitation. Second, Tesla announced a partnership with 3 major US states, Nevada, Texas, and Arizona, to begin testing fully driverless Tesla Semi operations on specific highway corridors. No safety driver, no human in the cab at all. Just the truck, the road, and Tesla's AI making every decision in real time. At the same time, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration quietly updated its framework for autonomous commercial vehicles, removing a key regulatory barrier that had been blocking full driverless commercial trucking for years. The legal road is now as clear as the physical one, and Tesla is not alone. Waymo Via, Aurora Innovation, and Kodiak Robotics are all running autonomous trucks on American highways right now. Aurora went public specifically to fund the expansion of driverless trucking. Kodiak has already completed over 4 million autonomous miles. The entire industry is moving at once. And the timeline has collapsed from decades to years. Did you know driverless trucks were already on US highways? Most people have no idea. Share this with someone who should know. So what actually happens to 3.5 million truck drivers? The honest answer has 3 parts, and not all of them are dark. The first wave, which is already beginning, hits long-haul drivers hardest. These are the routes that autonomous trucks do best. Straight highways, predictable conditions, high mileage. This segment of the workforce faces the most immediate disruption. Goldman Sachs estimates that autonomous vehicles could displace up to 300,000 truck driving jobs per year at peak adoption. That is not a slow transition. That is a collapse of an entire employment category within a decade. The second part of the story is what happens to the broader ecosystem around trucking. Truck stops, diners, motels along highways, repair shops. Every business built around the human trucker, the person who stops to eat, sleep, and rest, loses its customer base. The American highway economy is built around the human driver. Remove the human, and entire towns built along trucking routes face a serious economic crisis. But the third part, and this is important, is that new jobs do emerge. Remote fleet supervisors, autonomous vehicle maintenance technicians, AI safety monitors. Tesla and Aurora are already hiring for roles that did not exist 5 years ago. The question is not whether new jobs appear. They will. The question is whether a 52-year-old truck driver with no technology background can realistically transition into them. And the honest answer to that question is, most cannot. Not without serious government investment in retraining that does not currently exist at the required scale. This is not just a trucking story. This is the preview of what happens to every physical job in America over the next 20 years. And the next topic, which I am covering very soon, goes even deeper into that. Here is where we stand. The Tesla Semi is real. The autonomous technology is real. The cost savings are real. The regulatory path is clearing. And the 3.5 million truck drivers who built their lives around this industry are facing a transition that is moving faster than anyone in power is willing to admit publicly. This is not about being anti-technology. Autonomous trucks will make highways safer. Human error causes 90% of accidents. They will reduce emissions. They will lower the cost of goods. These are real benefits, but benefits for the economy as a whole do not automatically translate into a soft landing for the individuals whose livelihoods disappear in the process. The real question that nobody in Washington, nobody in Silicon Valley, and nobody in corporate boardrooms is answering clearly is this: who is responsible for the 3.5 million people left behind? The company that built the technology, the government that allowed it, or the market that rewarded it? I do not have a clean answer, but I think you deserve to know the question exists, and that it is being ignored at a scale that should make everyone uncomfortable. In my next video, I am going to show you which 5 other jobs are on the exact same trajectory as truck driving, and which one is closer to automation than most people realize. If you do not want to miss that, now must subscribe right now, because that video is coming very soon. And tell me in the comments, do you think the government has any responsibility to protect workers from automation? Or is this just how progress works? I want to know what you actually think.